Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into the shadows of Greek mythology to uncover the story of three terrifying sisters known as the Gorgons. Now, when you hear the word Gorgon, one name probably springs to mind: Medusa. She's the famous one, with snakes for hair and a gaze that could turn men to stone. But did you know Medusa wasn't alone? She had two older sisters, Stheno and Euryale, and their story is just as fascinating, if not more so. So who were these other two Gorgons? Unlike Medusa, who was born immortal, Stheno and Euryale were immortal. Born from the primordial sea gods Phorcys and Ceto. This makes them ancient. Powerful beings, tied to the very origins of the Greek cosmos. Their names alone tell you a lot about their character. Stheno means strength or forcefulness, and she was known as the most ferocious and independent of the three, responsible for the deaths of more men than both her sisters combined. Euryale, whose name means far-roaming or wide-leaping, was known for her bellowing cries, said to echo with deep sorrow, especially after Medusa's death. Imagine these three sisters living on a remote island at the edge of the world. While Medusa's story is often a tragedy of a beautiful priestess cursed by Athena, the original myths paint a different picture. In the earliest tales, all three Gorgons were born as monstrous beings. They were depicted with bronze claws, powerful wings, and of course, a terrifying nest of writhing, venomous snakes for hair. Their primary role was to be guardians, fearsome protectors of sacred ancient places. Their horrifying appearance a warning to any who dared to trespass. They weren't just monsters. They were symbols of a primal, untamable divine power. So what happened to them? We all know the hero Perseus was sent on a quest to slay Medusa. Aided by the gods, he used a mirrored shield to avoid her petrifying gaze and managed to decapitate her. But the story doesn't end there. As Perseus fled with Medusa's head, Stheno and Euryale chased after him, their cries of rage and grief echoing across the sea. Because they were immortal, they couldn't be killed, but they were left to mourn their mortal sister forever. From Medusa's severed neck, two beings sprang forth: the winged horse Pegasus and the warrior Chrysaor. Reminders that even in death, her power gave birth to new legends. The legacy of the Gorgons extends far beyond this single myth. The image of the Gorgon's head, known as the Gorgon, became a powerful symbol in ancient Greece. It was used as an apotropaic symbol, which means it was believed to ward off evil. You would find it carved onto shields, temples, and even household items, a fearsome face meant to protect its owner from harm. It's a fascinating paradox, isn't it? A creature so terrifying in myth becomes a symbol of protection in daily life. It shows us how the ancient Greeks viewed these beings not just as simple monsters, but as complex figures embodying both danger and safeguarding power. From feared primordial deities to symbols of protection, the story of the Gorgon sisters is a perfect example of how rich and layered Greek mythology truly is. They remind us that behind every famous legend, like Medusa's, there are often deeper, older stories waiting to be discovered. Thank you so much for joining me on this mythological journey today. If you enjoyed learning about Stheno and Euryale, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the ancient world. See you next time.